Spoon. A rounded utensil commonly used for mixing and scooping foodstuffs. To lay down with one's partner and hold them close. The catchphrase of a big blue maniac in tights. Who is the Tick? The Tick is quite frankly one of the most delightfully bizarre superheroes I've ever seen. Created in the late 80s by creator Ben Edlund, The Tick started out as a delightfully bizarre comic book before becoming a delightfully bizarre cartoon series before becoming a live-action TV show that I haven't seen but may or may not have been delightfully bizarre. Possessing superhuman strength and nigh invulnerability, The Tick defends, well, the city, from villains as weird as he is with the help of his sidekick Arthur, an accountant with a moth suit.
Change my mind, wanna come down.
It's been about 20 years since the character's well-loved TV series hit the airways, but the Tick has continued to appear in comics since then. Though, inconsistently, there has never been a The Tick series that has gone over 13 issues. But apparently his publishers at New England Comics have been keeping track, because recently they came out with issue 100. And to celebrate this milestone, New England Comics and Image have teamed up to bring us The Tick Meets Invincible. Invincible is a superhero created by Robert Kirkman, whose series has taken Image Comics by storm with its success. While not a comedy like The Tick, the world of Invincible is bright and colourful with more superheroes and supervillains than you can count. It's also not afraid to become uncomfortably dark and gory every 3 issues.
Mommy, why did the nice superhero kill his parents?
Accidents happen, darling.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, I don't like this idea. This is the Tick's milestone celebration. We should be focusing on him and all the things that make the character so damn enjoyable. He shouldn't have to share the spotlight with a more popular guest star. This sounds like a terrible idea. And with all that said, this is possibly one of my favourite comics of all time. This is a very simple cover, but in the way that manages to catch your attention, though that may have to do with the star power of the main characters more than anything. My favourite part would have to be the side characters at the bottom here. Man-eating cow, caped cod, rubber ducky, Adam Eve, Arthur, and the bumbling beast stand in fear as the cryptic message telling us that one of them shall die. Oh, and they're not bluffing. Somebody dies. It's sad as shit. The comic begins in the world of Invincible, with Invincible and his girlfriend/partner Adam Eve defeating the C-list villain known as the Elephant. Hey, my mum loves elephants! This is the perfect comic for her! Invincible wonders why they still have to bother with such stupid villains since they've gotten so much stronger and skilled since their teenage hero years. Wait a minute, you want bad guys who can crush your head like a grape? Because I can think of, like, one pretty major reason why that's a bad idea. They can crush your head like a grape. I can call you Dad if you really want that. Too soon? This does fit his character. In his own series, Invincible realized that just fighting villains wasn't making the world a better place, and decided to try and focus on actually fixing world problems. And like all crusades to help humanity, it ended with hundreds of innocent people dying horribly. Nice work, hero! Before Eve can even say a word, Invincible mysteriously vanishes mid-sentence. In the world of The Tick, our big blue hero is searching the headquarters for a weapon he took from the villain known as the Terror for safekeeping in the pages of the Tick New series. Yeah, they actually called his latest series Tick New Series. I guess all the creativity had to go into the comic itself. Problem is, now he can't find it. Meanwhile, across town, Chairface Chippendale, one of the Tick's oldest enemies, finally manages to break out of prison, intending to reclaim his criminal empire. Well, of course his head's a chair. What? What's your problem? Unfortunately for Chairface, a gang of newer villains from the new series have set up shop in his old mansion. Yes, it seems this is what the 8 issues of new series had been building up to the whole time. I'm okay with that. I am okay with this. A big old fight erupts and the local superheroes arrive on the scene to call the Tick for help because he's the only one whose powers are any good. But they arrive too late and the new villains emerge victorious. But who's the ultimate evil who leads them? Okay, knowing the ticket's gonna be something really weird, kind of random, maybe a parody or something. Okay. It's gonna be a human ear of corn. No, it's gonna be a hamster driving a human body. It's gonna be Martian Manhunter dressed as Marvin the Martian. It's going to be a super intelligent ape. Yes! Everybody loves supervillain apes. Come on! Huh? As it turns out, Martin of Mars has been behind most of the evil plots in new series, trying to bomb the local superhero hangout, trying to control the Tick's heart with a magic relic, and trying to bankrupt the Tick and his friends, but with the I'm sorry, my brain hasn't accepted yet that a character this cool could exist. But with the use of the stolen dimensional gun, he can bring forth an opponent strong enough to defeat even the Tick. My close associate, the Tasmanian Tornado.
Dun dun dun!
Well, okay, we don't go that far. Instead, he chooses to summon one of the most powerful creatures in the multiverse, a Viltrumite. Viltrumites are a major running force in the pages of Invincible. They're a race of warmongering planet conquerors with strength like Superman at their weakest. So, of course, Martin picks up Invincible, one of the only heroic Viltrumites. So, do yourself a favor and never play the slots. The comic then takes a truly bizarre turn and doesn't have the Tick and Invincible beat each other up, and Martin bails the second he realizes Invincible doesn't have a mustache, unlike most of the more bloodthirsty Viltrumites. And so our heroes finally meet and, as it turns out, they get along pretty well. Wow! Intimidation through lack of mustache! I don't understand it, but now I wish I had that power. You guys must be the superheroes. I'm Invincible. Nice! I'm nigh invulnerable! What? That's your name? Huh? I thought we were listing personal attributes. I'm the Tick! In case you haven't noticed at this point, this comic is basically just a big goofy romp. In the best way possible. I mean, you can't set something serious in the Tick universe. That's like automatically bad writing. Okay, I've done this bit before. Using the Tick as an indication of how you name yourselves, let me guess. Fat Rabbit, Bee, Ducky, Jellyfish, and, running guy? It's kind of embarrassing how close you are. Fat Rabbit? You know, Arthur doesn't actually have a superhero name, so that could be completely accurate. Racing off after Martin, Invincible learns of the duo's bizarre exploits and frankly thinks their strange, goofy world is a welcome change to how dark and gruesome his world can get. But I thought you wanted grape crushing. They even fly by the eldritch abomination Ictfuhu. In Invincible's world, this would require the attention of multiple superheroes and result in hundreds of deaths. In the Tick's world, he might block your sun for a bit, I guess.
Oh yeah!
Kool-Aid Man, oh yeah joke. Check! I'm officially an internet reviewer. The heroes confront Martin, who is very angry indeed, and sics his army on them. Unfortunately, all he has are monsters made out of red jelly. They're basically puppets rather than actual creatures, so the heroes have no problem raining down some G-rated carnage. That is going to look freaky as hell. With the jelly monsters defeated, the heroes rush to catch up with Martin.
Oh yeah!
I'm not going to be able to do that every single time someone knocks down a wall in this comic, am I? Without time to prepare another weapon, Martin blasts the heroes with his Martian vision and... Arthur heroically takes the hit. And is reduced to ash. Arthur just died.
Not in the face! Not in the face!
You killed Arthur. It's just a fun romp. Martin calls up his home base on Mars and gets teleported out as the Tick weeps over Arthur's empty uniform. Seeing just how distraught his new friend is, Invincible asks how long the Tick can hold his breath. Are you... Marshal of Mars, please tell me I haven't been followed. I wish that I could, sir. I can confirm the approach of 2 humanoid figures at speed exceeding even our fastest craft. And strangely, one of them appears to be shouting. You're not. What is he saying? Can you make out what he's saying? I thought I could, sir, but it doesn't make any... What is he saying? You are. He seems to be saying... spoon. I think Arthur would be very happy right now. Tell me I'm not the only one who just saw that. Hurtling towards the planet, Tick and Invincible slam the moon into Marshall's base, pinning him underneath it. Dude! With Martin of Mars defeated and the Earth no longer in peril, Tick and Invincible return to Earth and say their goodbyes. I didn't really get a chance to know Arthur, but he seemed like a good... Arthur was the best one. Just a fun romp! If you're ever on my world, be sure to give... They use the machine to send Invincible home, where he is reunited with Eve and immediately embraces her, and reminds her how much he cares about her. The Tick's friends meanwhile arrive to discover the Tick, still weeping over what remains of Arthur. Who's going to be my sidekick? My partner? Who's going to be my best friend? Just a fun romp! But then, Orson, the sidekick of an alternate universe Tick, as seen in the Tick New series, bursts in. He knows that the Tick will do anything to get Arthur back, and he's fought through alternate universe after alternate universe after alternate universe to help him do it. You bring him back. You bring him back, you hear me? You bring him home, and you two go out on patrol like it's meant to be. There is no Tick without Arthur, excluding the first 3 issues of a comic book. They need each other. The story is continued in yet another crossover with Image, with the character Madman, who's been through a few publishers, but Image most recently. Dang it! Madman's a really good character, and yeah, I really want to see how this story ends, but to be honest, I don't think they can outdo this. This is exactly what I look for in a comic. It's full of action, it's creative and fun, but it's not afraid to get at least a little serious. Also, it has the single most badass moment I've ever seen in any comic book. If I had any complaints at all, ironically enough, it would have to be that for a crossover, Invincible doesn't actually play too big of a role. I like his dialogue with the other characters, but maybe if Martin accidentally brought over Elephant or some other villain from his universe, even if it's just for a few extra jokes, I think that would have helped. But aside from that, this comic gets a 10 out of 10 from me. There are jokes and tickisms that I didn't even bother to mention, so you still have plenty of reason to buy the comic. And while you're at it, why not buy some issues of Invincible? Or hell, more Tick comics. Keep the sales high, and who knows, maybe we'll get even more crazy Tick crossovers in the future. In fact, in the comments, let me know what characters you'd like to see the Tick crossover with. Personally, I'm waiting for the Tick meets the Crimson Chin. I don't know, there's just something about these two that I think would work. But, until a day comes when red meets blue, stay positive, guys.